Excuse me, we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I was going to say, you'll notice I've got some notes up here, so I'm a little tired and a little old, so my memory's not as good as it used to be. So I do have a few notes, but even though I do, I'm still speaking from the heart. I want you to know that. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Rhonda McCubbins Vogler. I'm Lee's mother. And I was born and raised in Danville, graduated from George Washington High School, go Eagles. And moved away when I was 18 for about 6 years and came back. And the reason I did was because my son was born. And really felt that Danville was the best place and the only place I really wanted to raise him. And so when we did come back, it wasn't just to be near family, even though that's good. And it wasn't because I was homesick, because I probably was a little. And we were living in Manio, the Outer Banks, and it wasn't that I didn't like that, because I did. But it was because of Danville itself and the people of Danville. And it's just where I felt was best for my son. And so through the years, Lee has developed that same love for his hometown that I've always felt. And after high school, he went to DCC, and then he went to VCU in Richmond, and he earned his degree in political science there. And he was able to gain both knowledge and experience while studying and working in Richmond and in our state's capital. And this is something I never thought I would say to him, but because I kind of freaked out when he told me he was moving to Richmond. But when he was graduating from VCU, I thought, well, you're in political science, just stay in Richmond. Don't come back, because you'll have more opportunities and it'll be better for you. And Lee's exact quote to me when we discussed it was, no, Mom, I want to come back and help make Danville better. So that's what he's trying to do. And it is his true desire and passion to do everything in his power to help the people of Danville and to help the city be the very best it can be. Lee is someone who will speak up for something that he believes in. And he's also not afraid to speak out for something that he believes is wrong. And his goal is for all of the people of Danville to join together, and that he'll be able to have the opportunity to work with each and every one of them and represent them and just be a part and help all of the people that call Danville home. And so, not only as a mom, but as a citizen of this great, great town of Danville, which I think it is, I'd like you to join me and please welcome my son and Danville's next city councilman, Lee Vogler.
Thank you guys. Thanks, Mom, for giving that speech. I got to thank some people, and help me if I'm forgetting before I get started. I got to thank the Nettos here at the Gourmet Frog for allowing us to use this space today. And if you haven't had a chance to go next door, really check it out. They've got some great stuff in there. And Blair and I, as my wife was, so I got to thank. It's one of our favorite spots down here in the River District. Also got to thank Jeff down at Dan River Artworks for doing the banner that y'all probably saw out there in the street. And this right here, he does some amazing work. So if you haven't had a chance, he's right up the street, Dan River Artworks. Who else? Nikki's restaurant, Riverside Drive, and Gina's Family Restaurant. She has a book. And she did the cake that's over there today for us. Mary Beck did the napkins that are over there. And if I'm forgetting anybody,
Nathan
allow the microphone.
Yes, that I am speaking because of this. Thank you to Nathan. DJ Cool Down, he does DJ services for those who are interested. Oh, yeah, and Dewey Hughes. I mean, I want to thank all of you for being here. Everybody, I'm sorry if I forget anybody else, but I don't want to take too much of your time. And I know it's a busy time of year, so I really appreciate you all being here today. As most of you know, we have an election in Danville coming up on May 1st. And all elections are important, but this one is especially significant because we have an opportunity in this election to decide how high we will set the bar for this city. So now I ask that you consider this question. Are we content with where we are today? Should we do more to strive to do better, to be better? Why should we settle to reach the bar when I believe we should raise it? We have an opportunity to write a new chapter in Danville's history. What kind of future will we create? What kind of legacy will we leave? You know, Teddy Roosevelt once spoke of entering the arena. He believed that if you truly wanted to accomplish the goals that you seek, you must, as he put it, enter the arena. And that is what I intend to do. So today, I would like to publicly and officially declare my candidacy for City Council of Danville, Virginia. A question I often get asked by people, and Mom touched on it briefly, was they say, Lee, why did you come back to Danville after you graduated from VCU? You know, why not stay there and continue to work in government? And it's true, I was very fortunate to have some great opportunities while I lived in Richmond. I spent a year working for Governor McDonald. I worked at the General Assembly for, then he was State Senator Robert Hurt. And I had Governor Doug Wilder was a professor of mine during my senior year. And I learned a lot from him as well. It was during that time that I decided to dedicate my life to public service. I hadn't determined the means yet, but I knew I wanted to work towards a greater good. So that brings us back to the original question, why did I return to Danville? And the answer is really quite simple. It's that I believe in Danville. More specifically, though, I believe in the people of Danville. And I believe it's the people who are going to generate the ideas that will bring prosperity to the city for years to come. That's one of the primary reasons I created the group Moving Danville Forward just 2 years ago. I wanted to help tear down that wall between the public and City Hall. 1,700 members later, I think we've taken some great steps towards achieving that goal, but there's still much work to be done. I tell folks I'm running this campaign to be a voice for the people. You see on the banner, you see here, a voice for the people. And I truly mean that. Over the next 6 months, we're going to make this campaign the most innovative and accessible campaign that Danville City Council has ever seen before. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Ustream, Livestream, Formspring, Foursquare, Tumblr, LinkedIn, and Blogger. And if you don't know what any of those are, that's okay too, because we're also doing town halls, meet and greets, and several more events like the one you're at today. I'll also be doing a listening tour where I'll be attending different neighborhood association meetings. And because as interested as I am to share my vision for the city of Danville, I'm even more interested in hearing what your vision is, what your ideas are, what concerns you have. I think there are several key issues that need to be addressed in Danville over the next few years, but I believe issue number one is and has to be jobs. Danville's facing a jobs crisis. We all know about the double-digit unemployment that's existed here for the past few years, but the problem runs deeper than that. I don't know if you all got a chance to see it, but there was a report that came out this week that showed Danville with the highest percentage of school-aged children living below the poverty line in the state of Virginia. I think that's a moral tragedy. That is why it's more important than ever that we expand our employment opportunities here. We need white-collar jobs, blue-collar jobs, green-collar jobs, no-collar jobs. We need jobs, period. If you'd like to learn more about my plans for our economy here, you can go to my blog website that I mentioned a minute ago, leevogler.blogspot.com. I've laid out specific proposals that I believe will jumpstart the economy here. Another key issue that I feel strongly about is government efficiency. In the last decade, Danville's population decreased 11%, while at the same time, city government spending increased 63%. As we saw with the multi-million-dollar budget deficit earlier this year, that formula is unsustainable. We can't continue on that path, and I think we realize that now. In the years ahead, we must push for a government that focuses on necessity rather than niceties. But that doesn't mean, however, that there aren't worthy projects our local leaders must take on and work alongside the private sector to achieve. In order to do this, we must be creative and innovative. We have to look at problems in different ways than we have in the past. Where some see problems, I see possibilities. I fought for an energy reduction proposal earlier this year that saved the taxpayers $400,000. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because that is your money that City Hall is spending. That's your money. And I believe if they're spending your money, they should have a pretty darn good reason for what they're spending it on. And you can rest assured that if I'm elected to City Council, the taxpayers of Danville will have a friend down at City Hall. I can tell you that for a fact. And I think Danville is at a crossroads in its history. The decisions that are going to be made over these next 16 months will affect this city for the next 60 years. I say that a lot, but I say it because it's true. And we've never had a greater opportunity to shape the future of this city than what we have right now. That's why it's more important than ever for the people of Danville to become informed, engaged, and involved in what's going on in our city. And this is our city. To paraphrase a famous quote, we must be the change we seek in the world. Times are tough, and we all know it. Unfortunately, many of us have felt it firsthand. You know, this saying goes, it's always darkest before the dawn. I'm sure we've all heard that. But I truly believe in my heart the dawn is coming. We need a bold vision for a bright future. We need someone who will fight to truly be that voice for the people. I will do that. I promise you that. I don't believe Danville's best days are written in history books or on the wall of a museum. I believe they still lie in the hearts and minds of our people. By working together, we will create this prosperous future that we also desperately want and need. And it doesn't matter if you're black or white, young or old, rich or poor, Republican or Democrat, we are all in this together. We sink or swim together. I think that's how it should be. Because to me, that's what moving Danville forward is all about. It's about standing up, speaking out, and coming together to create positive solutions to the challenging problems we are facing. I ask everyone here and everyone across Danville to join me. Join me in this cause. Join me in coming together to make this city a better place. Because no one person can offer all the solutions for Danville, regardless of who they are. It will take ideas from every corner of our city to create success. That success will bring good fortune in Danville for generations to come. So again, I ask you, what kind of future will we create? What kind of legacy will we leave? These are the questions I'd like to be a part of the answer. So once again, I want to thank you all for being here. We've got food. Thank you. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon.